Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm here with my buddy Brandon, and we are at what's called a Keto Life Party. Some people call it a Keto Life Party, some people call it a get-together, some people call it just, hey, come over and try some freaking ketones. So, as you guys know who have been coming into this group, what we do is we pop in here every day and we share about discounts, we share about free product, we share about what it looks like to be in line with the company, and also what I'd like to do is also hear some stories of just, everyone's different. Everyone has a different story, everyone has a different introduction. So I grabbed Brandon, I put him absolutely 100% on the spot. I'm like, you wanna go live? And he's like, I'm like, come on, we're gonna go live. So he did not back out. So as you're watching this, if you see this, I know it's the middle of Sunday, whenever you do watch this, give him some love for jumping on and saying, yes, I'll show up and I'll do this. So, Brandon, first of all, just really easy questions. We are in Lake Havasu City. How long have you lived out here in Lake Havasu City?
I've been in Lake Havasu City since 1995. We moved out here from California.
From California.
Yep.
So a lot of us out here in Havasu are California transplants,
right? It
seems.
Right.
So what do you do for a living, Brandon?
My wife and I are, we own our own business. We, it's an attorney service per se. We supply services for attorneys like process serving, skip tracing, find people that don't want to be found. It can be interesting at times.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. So you do that. You work. You and your wife. You have your own company,
Mm-hmm.
and let's talk about how is that a struggle? Let's say with health and fitness. Was it ever a struggle, or has it been a struggle, or what did it look like for you before Pruvit?
It's always been a struggle.
Okay.
When you own your own business and it's like an office-based business, you're for instance, my wife, she's always at her desk. She's at her desk, sometimes 12, 13 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And then for me, I'm usually on the road anywhere from 8 to 12, 14 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Not every day, but when I am on the road, that's so I'm just sitting there driving. It's not like I'm out walking around. I'm
right.
not, for instance, somebody that might work retail, they're running around maybe a warehouse all day or something, right. or if they're masonry guys, they're out working. So fitness for me and trying to do the right thing and eat the right thing, especially when I'm on the road, is difficult.
Right.
Very challenging.
Right.
But since we have we've not been doing Pruvit a long time.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How did you first hear about Pruvit and Keto?
Actually, Amy Stiers and I have been friends. Our families have been friends for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And her husband and I actually used to work in law enforcement together. And he asked me if I had heard of it. And I said, no, I have no idea. He goes, well, why don't I have Amy get a hold of you and give you a little information about it.
So husband to husband,
right,
was the introduction. Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then, literally, he started texting her as we were sitting here in my driveway talking. And within probably an hour and a half, Amy had put us in touch with you and Danny, put us in touch with Melissa, and it literally just exploded from there. We had samples to try because we were very interested once we heard Amy's story. And at that point,
yeah, because Amy, now she had a pretty big transformation, or
yeah, big time,
huge. So if you guys don't know Amy Stiers, like look at her. She had a really big.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of, that was motivating for me.
Yeah.
Because I have known her, and it helps when you have somebody that can actually tell you their version of how the product works for them.
Right.
And
as opposed to,
well, the telemarketers, the infomercials, when friends hear it, when friends are telling friends, it's you're more likely to give it a shot.
Right. So people that you know, like, and trust,
Right.
that are actually using a product, whatever the product might be, it's a little bit easier to say, sure, I'll give that a shot.
And to be honest with you, I hate to bring the whole weight part of it, but a month and a half ago, I weighed 340 pounds. I am down to 325.
Nice. Good job. You guys hear that? From 340 to 325, month and a half since drinking Pruvit's Ketones.
Morning.
Every morning. So that's awesome. That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So on this path right now, like, where do you see yourself in 6 months?
Might sound kind of funny, but one of the biggest things that I'm excited about is going through and throwing away or donating clothes.
Nice. That's awesome.
It's been a struggle. I've tried a lot of different things. The meal replacements, with the shakes and stuff that you see on the infomercials that are supposed to be so good for you. And the one thing too, with all the classes that are available through Pruvit and of course with the support of you and Dani, we have kind of relearned eating. Being that I was on the road all the time, whatever sounded good is what I ate.
Right.
Now I pay a little more attention to, okay, if I'm going to have this, how horrible is it for me? And it's hard when you're on the road to find the right things to eat. It's still a constant struggle. But with all the help and the support through you guys, Amy, we have actually a small chat group with Amy, Melissa, my wife Anji, and myself. And just the four of us, we randomly communicate throughout the day.
Right.
And even if it's just a, hey, how you guys doing? Who's grumpy? How's the reboot going?
Right.
Which I did not do, unfortunately, because with work I just didn't know how it was going to.
Sure.
Bottom line, I chickened out.
That's right. I did too.
But I am this next reboot. I have my kit, and
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
So that's cool. So what I hear you saying is that it's a struggle, yes, right?
Definitely.
The support has definitely helped you. Obviously, you're creating success because you've dropped fat. You've had fat loss already in the last month and a half.
Right.
You're excited to be donating your clothes in the next 6 months or so, or however that is. And ultimately, like, what does it mean to you to get to, like, your, let's say, healthy lifestyle? Like, what does that mean? Like, why? I mean, I know, like, everyone says, oh, we're all supposed to, like, we're all looking to get fit, and we're all doing, well, everyone wants to get fit. Everyone wants to be skinny, rich, and happy. We get that. But why isn't everyone? Do you want to know why? Because usually the reasons aren't strong enough to take you there, to do the hard things, like what Brandon's talking about, do the hard things. So what is your why? Like, what's, like, motivating you right now? Like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it.
For me, it's I'm 45 years old. I have a new grandson. Certain things are coming around full circle to where, I need to at least maintain a certain level of being healthy. I want to get off blood pressure medication. I want to get off cholesterol medication. I do have a thyroid condition. And these are all things that contribute straight to weight. At least for me and for my chapter. So, school's starting again. Kids are going to be back in school, and Anji and I actually have a regiment we'll be starting next week, and hopefully we stick with it. We can give every excuse that we want to, but I think we're both finally to the point where we're done.
Right.
We're going to do it.
Right.
We're going to get healthier.
Right.
I'm not even really concerned with the weight loss part of it, because that's the byproduct.
Right.
That is going to happen as long as we get this dialed in.
Right. So it's all about healthier lifestyle. It's all about living well, aging well, right? As we get older, preserving muscle, reducing excess unhealthy body fat, and it's a slow, steady pace that we go, right? And so that's exciting. And so I know, so how long you've been? A month and a half drinking ketones,
Yes.
right? So you guys came in, you bought a box. Let's talk about, for people who aren't familiar with it, let's talk about real quick. I know you have company here, discounts and free product. So what do you have to do? Do you have to sign up, or do you have to pay anything to get a discount?
I'll be honest with you. My wife handles all of that.
Okay.
But what I do know,
Okay, good.
she originally bought us. I think we bought 2 of the 20-day packs.
Okay.
We jumped right in.
Yeah.
We did have a couple sample packs, and initially we liked the product. It just, for me personally, we were talking earlier, it's replaced coffee for me. I still have some coffee, but I don't. There's days where I completely don't miss my coffee at all,
Right.
because I do get that extra bump of energy. So, we go back to your question again.
So
She handles all that.
right. So as far as discounts, free product, stuff like that, so she's handling all of that. So I think this is really good that you're saying that, because there's a lot of husbands, a lot of guys that watch this and be like, yeah, I know, I'm doing, my wife is doing this, and I don't really know what she does. I'm just kind of going with it because it's working, right?
Right.
So then from that point, so you love and trust your wife, obviously, and you're moving forward.
Right.
And now I know that you guys signed up to be promoters, to align yourself with the company. Can you tell me why you guys decided to do that? Did you have any part in that kind of decision-making process?
Yes.
Okay.
We discussed it after we probably had been drinking the ketones about a week, and we weren't even out of product yet, and then she decided that we decided that we were gonna become promoters.
Okay.
And so then
So tell me why. Why did you decide to become promoters?
the product it's more than we expected. We expected, we didn't expect it not to work, but we were so excited with what level it worked at for both of us. Just since drinking the ketones, she's gone crazy, honestly. She's bought all sorts of different product.
Sounds like my wife.
Yeah. So now we're experimenting a little bit, and not everybody likes all the product. There are certain flavors that, I'll drink it.
Sure. Sure.
Might not be my favorite flavor, but she's getting us very well rounded with the product, I guess you could say.
Right. So as far as discounts and free product, that's available for everybody, whether you are a customer or a promoter, it doesn't matter. I was just having a conversation earlier this morning with somebody. I asked them why they wanted to become a promoter, and they said so they can get free product. And I said, well, good. I'm glad I asked you that question, because you don't have to be a promoter. All customers can get free product. You can get discounts and free product as a customer. It's a rewards program. So as far as moving forward as a promoter, the only difference in being a promoter is that you do have an opportunity to bring in an additional income source at home, to work part-time in your spare time. So is that something that excited you guys? Is that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's an added benefit. It's not something that I expected, and I did honestly. We've already built up our team in such a short time. We are, and that's why we're doing the tastings, to hopefully share it with folks that might need it.
Right.
That could definitely use the, dropping a few pounds. Not even if you think you're healthy. My in-laws, I was really hoping they were going to be here tonight, because they would benefit with the product as they're getting older. So, we'll be taking a couple of samples over there probably this afternoon and abusing their swimming pool for a while. But
That's fun. So you get to create an income while making an impact. in people's lives, and that's something really cool. So if you're jumping on and you're watching a couple things, this is Brandon's first Facebook Live. I put him on the spot.
Nervous
and
as hell.
so nervous. Is he not doing a great job? He's doing a great job. You wouldn't even know, right? So give him some love in the comments, please. Also, if you are getting free product, if you are on SmartShip, if you have ever received a check in the mail or in your deposit box, put it in the comments below. Let people know who's watching that this is legit, this is real, and this is why we're in this group. So we put this group together and called it 2020 because the whole mission of this group is to have 2020 people all paying it forward by 2020. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Yes,
so the question is, like, Brandon's a promoter. So I think in his head, like if I was in his head right now, I'd be like, 2020 people all paying it forward by 2020. How many of those 2020 people are going to be in my organization? Right? That should be, how many of those 2020 are going to be in my organization, right? How, you know what I mean? Because paying it forward, when you get to pay something forward and you get to help change people's lives, whether it's physically, financially, emotionally, relationally, or all of the above, and create an income by doing that, that I believe is one of the best, like, the community-based marketing industry is like the best industry I think there is in the world, because there's no place other to go create an income for yourself that you get to impact so many people's lives, and also through leverage, also indirectly. So you don't know, from what Brandon says today, whose ears that's going to fall on. You don't know if somebody's going to share this video 3 times removed, that somebody's sitting there is listening and go, I can relate to this dude. I can relate to this dude, and wait a second, I can also create an income, because right now XYZ is happening in my life and I could use a few extra bucks, right? So I think it's super important to share what we're sharing. I thank you for jumping on here and sharing your story like that. So you guys, thanks for your time. Thanks for tuning in on Sunday. What we're doing over at his house right now, and thanks for having us over, is he has, I don't know how many people, 15-ish people or something like that are in the kitchen. We moved out of the kitchen, and his wife invited some people over, and they're sharing the product out for their friends and family to come over, give it a shot, just try it. We're all adults. That's what I love about what we do. We're all adults. You try the product, you draw your own conclusion, and decide from there. So I don't know, anything else? Okay, we'll wrap it up. Anything else that you'd like to leave anyone with who's maybe, since this group is on, most of the people in this group have tried ketones already, okay? So let's assume that people are watching have already tried ketones. And now they're on the fence of, what does this promoter thing look like? Like, what would you tell people who are on the fence about becoming a promoter?
It doesn't hurt to try it. You know, it doesn't, you know, if you want free product, you know, and all the added discounts, there's no reason not to. The whole thing is a no-brainer. I can't imagine. What I'm really excited for, to be honest, is, like you said, where I see myself in 6 months, that's what I want to see. And I'm hoping that maybe in 6 months, I won't be as nervous and probably a hell of a lot more confident. But I'd like to, you know, sit down and do this again, and hopefully, you know, because we've only been at it a month and a half. Mm-hmm. If I can come back and, you know, 6 months down the road and have a pretty solid story, that's what I'm excited about.
So this is really super cool. Thank you for that. This is really super cool. So I think that we should do that. We should plan it out. Who would like to see this in 6 more months, see where Brandon's at in 6 more months, and look at his confidence level, his certainty level in the business, in the product, and in everything that we're doing, and the support in the community, because by that time also, his customer base is going to grow. His team is going to grow. So much is going to happen. Probably going to go to his first event or second event by then. And all of the belief is going to be instilled that we can achieve so much more in life than what sometimes we feel that either we're capable of or what is possible. So anyways, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Really quick, I wanted to add something too. This was our first Ketones tasting.
Yeah.
That we've hosted. We are going to be doing more. If anybody out there is interested in bringing somebody to the next one, get a hold of either myself or Anji Thompson, which is my wife, or even you guys. I mean, we'll be in touch with you guys, obviously. But if you have friends or family, and when you come to these things, there's no pressure. We're not trying to sell you anything. Most of you guys already know the product. But if you've got somebody that wants to just try it, you know, we've got these little cute shot glasses, and, you know, we're mixing them up and letting everybody, we have just about every flavor. And thanks to my wife, she keeps it in stock. So if you do have somebody that needs a packet, that would like to try a particular flavor, let's get together the next time, and anybody can come to one of these things, and there's no pressure. Try what you want to try, and if you're curious, we even have the unicorn.
You can call it what you call it. We're all adults here. It's okay.
To give my wife a hard time, I call it unicorn piss. But that's her favorite flavor. But we have all the flavors, and anybody's more than welcome to come in and try it.
That's awesome. So that's totally cool. So what I'm going to encourage Brandon to do and Angie to do is to invite their friends into this 2020 group so that they can watch this video, so that they can see you guys, please, that are watching. Invite people to this group. Let them see that what we're doing is real. It's raw. We're just sitting around talking. We're sharing our true life stories. We're sharing nervous, and we're sharing just because we know how amazing the product is and what it's done for us, and what we hope it does for people who are who the conversation's ears that it's falling on. So thanks again, buddy. Appreciate it. Congratulations on his already tremendous success, not only on the product but also as a promoter. So super awesome. Thanks for tuning in, you guys, and we'll talk to you later.